Greetings everybody, this is FeverGaming. If you actually knew who I am and what my name was, I want to give you a big virtual hug. For those that didn't, shame on you. All jokes aside, how's it going everybody? Today's topic video is about the PlayStation Vita 2 rumors. What? A PlayStation Vita 2? What do you mean, Fever? Oh, no, what do you mean? Ah! Oh, calm down there, Jimmy, calm down. Alright. This isn't confirming the PlayStation Vita 2, this is just addressing the rumors, which is weird to even think that there are even rumors about the PlayStation Vita 2 and speculations, my opinions about the PlayStation Vita's future, and more or less if we'll ever see a PlayStation Vita 2 anytime soon. So, let's get started. It's crazy to even think that people are even speculating or even thinking about the PlayStation Vita 2 being in production or development, considering that I actually did this video early 2014 when I was getting bombarded by a lot of questions and comments by a lot of subscribers and fans, and I'm just like, whoa, you do realize that the PlayStation Vita was just released, you know, at that point 2 years ago, right? Not even that long, and people were thinking about, oh, what about the PS Vita 2? Kind of strange. What this tells me more than anything at that moment was that do you think the PS Vita is dead already? It's like done? You want to move on to the next one? It just goes to show the poor marketing and the poor execution that Sony had at that point in 2013 and 14 as getting people excited for the Vita, you know, hyping up games and all that. So I guess I can see people's concern about that, or at least speculating or thinking about, will the PlayStation Vita 2 come out? Given to the point that there wasn't a lot of marketing and a lot of business going into the PlayStation Vita. But we're in 2015, mid-2015 to be exact, and I still get a couple of questions, and I've been looking into this matter, if you will, about the PlayStation Vita 2 speculation. And all the comments, all the forums that I've read, and all the websites kind of lead to one thing. It really is that no one believes that there will be a PlayStation Vita 2. At least, not now. Now, the PSP was released in 2004, right? And I didn't start seeing speculations and rumors and people, you know, making concept art of the new PSP 2 until 2009, 2010, which is an appropriate amount of time given the fact that it was within 5-6 years after the PSP was released. Now, with the PlayStation Vita, I was getting comments and people having, you know, questions about the PS Vita 2 before 2 years in the life cycle of Vita. You know, 2014, I was getting a lot of questions. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean a PSP 2? PS Vita 2, it doesn't make any sense. Now, upon looking at all the websites, none of them seem convinced. None of them people that I've talked about, they don't seem convinced that there will be a PlayStation Vita 2. I personally don't believe that there will be a PlayStation Vita 2 at all. I think that, honestly, this is my personal opinion, and as you know, I love the PlayStation Vita. I've been a big supporter of the PlayStation platform, especially the Vita, considering that my PSN is PS Vita Fever. I mean, just goes to show. I just don't feel that Sony will be making a PlayStation Vita 2. The reason why, or a successor to the Vita, just because the current stage where we have the Vita is poor marketing. We have games, okay? We do have beautiful games that Sony didn't really market them well. We have a lot of developers not really interested in developing with the PlayStation Vita because due to the fact that it barely sells anything on unit side. It becomes very questionable as a business standpoint. As you know, Sony is a business first and foremost before anything. And I'm sure they'll be investing and looking into things that will actually make them money. The PlayStation 4 right now is a tremendous success for them. It sold a lot of units. I think 12, 13 million. I lost count. But it sold a lot of units. There's a lot of developers wanting to develop games on the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation Vita, not so much. We get a lot of indie games that are already cross-buy with the PS4. You don't really get any exclusive IP games because Sony hasn't really marketed the PlayStation Vita well, or nor have they brought, you know, big franchises to the platform. If they did that, ooh, I can guarantee you the PS Vita would sell even more. I mean, I'm no business major, which I am, by the way, but Sony's not really taking advantage of what they could have done. You know, and we can definitely talk about in a separate video about the PlayStation Vita being too powerful and maybe too advanced of its time to even be considered right now. You know, there's a lot of things like that when, if you were to talk about the internet in the 70s, people would think you're crazy because it was like way too early to discuss that. But I don't feel that the PlayStation Vita 2 will ever exist. I honestly do feel that this is the last handheld, at least for Sony, to enter, considering the fact that iPhone games, I know, phone games, smartphone games, have a huge prominent factor in the market right now. Everybody has a smartphone now, right? As a comparison to a 3DS and a PS Vita. More people have phones. They use it for pretty much anything, for web browsing, social media, but also for games. If you're wanting to play a game for a couple of minutes, waiting in the DMV or something like that, you have your phone and you can access it all, also make a phone call or shoot a text. Which is something the PlayStation Vita and the 3DS can't really compete, because the phone is with everybody. Everybody has a phone on them right now even. I suppose no one carries a Vita in their pocket going everywhere. It's just not, it's realistically, no one has that. The phone makes more sense because you can do a lot of things with it. So with that being said, I hate to admit it, but it's the truth, guys. I'm sorry, but I don't feel that Sony will be developing a new PlayStation Vita 2. I just don't think so. I don't think that will ever happen. The Vita is literally the last official Sony handheld we'll have, and I feel that we need to support it more now than ever. You know, I know Sony may not want to support it, but I spoke with the developer, and he told me that if there's a big demand for a game, they'll develop it on it. So just buy your Vita, promote the Vita. If you like it, play games on it. You know, help out the developers by purchasing their games and that sort of thing. And then hopefully we'll get more developers interested if they see an increase in units. And then Sony will have to take a hint and actually start marketing on their own part. But guys, it's been FeverGaming. It's been a blessing being able to talk with you guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.